שם מסכת מעשר דף מ"ה בבית נשמת כבוסו משנה סוגי שנה יצחק נשמת שקוראים בסחר אסתר אברהם יעקב רוז בן זוד רפואה שלמה זאת הגמרא מ"ה בבית Karen Ravai. The Mishnah says Karen Ravai Zuge Shol L'Rav Ma Nisni Karen Ravai or not the Ravai. This shot of the Gemara in Brochus Daf Lamed Hey we saw yesterday in the Machlokes in the Bavli. If it's Karen Ravai, it has to do with the vineyard. Only the pairs are in the vineyard, the fourth year, or it has to do with not the Ravai. Not the Ravai is everything, not just the Karen. What steht in the Mishnah? Shol Rebbe, my Nisni. What are we going to learn? It says do Karen Ravai. Is that the right Gisa or it's not the right Gisa? Maybe you have to be good. It's not the Ravai. It's not. You have a Gisa. You want to reflect. I'm alone. So Rebbe answered. Rebbe was the Masada of the Mishnah. Excuse me. Puk, Pukoin, Gerois, Yisholin, and Freg. Go ask Rabbi Yitzchak Gruber, Rabbi Yitzchak Hagodol. The Mechantalei Kol Masnita. He's the one that was boidik all the Mishnayos to know what's the right guess in the Mishnayos. Frag him, go ask him what he holds. Look at Prei Moshe, Zuge Shol the Rebbe Manisni, Kloima. Be'elo ha-Mishnayos ha-Koidomos, Be'perik Hazeh, Be'elo ha-Mishnayos ha-Koidomos Be'perik Hazeh. Doesn't really make sense, right? This is the first Mishnah in the Perik. So what does it mean? And these Mishnahs, from Stami, it means the previous Prokim. Hey, Nisni, how should we learn? Karen Ravai or Net Ravai? All the different Mishnahs, many of them. V'malei, Zu v'shol Rabbi Yitzchak HaGodel. Rabbi Dinensi says, Rabbi Yitzchak HaGodel, he's the one, the Mechanta Lei Kol Misnita, Kloima. Afapish Ani, who has Soisim HaMishnah. Rabbi was the one who was Soisim, the Mishnah, he made the Shluss. From the Mishnah, Mikol Mokoim, Misati Loi Havchona Shul Kol HaMishnah. I gave him over the testing of every Mishnah. Shu Yavchin L'Sader Oisn Ala Seder. He used Misader Ala Seder, which is not so applicable to the answer. He asked them, isn't that the Ravai Karen Ravai? He said, Ala Seder. So it could be Ala Seder, there's one thing on this Seder, isn't that the Ravai, and the other Seder is something else. So let's take a look at the answers. Atam Gemfed, Rabbi Yitzchak Godel, Amalei Kedaime Karen Ravai B'Tanina Net Ravai. Kedaime is like the Prei Moshe. Karen Ravai Tanina Net Ravai. Kloima. Kach Sedati Oisem HaMishnayos HaKodomis. Shebeperik Hazeh. Again, Perik Hazeh. I don't know what he's referring to. This is just the Perik. What comes before? This is the first Mishnah. Ad Mishnah Haravius until the fourth Mishnah. Sedati Lishna is behem Karen Ravai. So Yitzchak says that I was magdim to say, we're talking about the first few Mishnayos, the first four, to say Karen Ravai. Vashniyos, and what came after that, Shum Mishnah Revius at Soif Kol HaPerik, from the fourth Mishnah and on to the end of the page. So that is Lishna behem Net Ravai, V'kach Nishnim Heim Lefanedim. Karen Ravai, nothing Net Ravai. Now, if you look at the Gemara in Brochus, the Shai of the Gemara is, which one is it? Is it Karen Ravai or is it Net Ravai? It's not both. Here is Mashma, that he holds Alabaida, both. Now, the Shai is, which one is which? In the beginning he tells Net Ravai, and then he goes to Karen Ravai, which is interesting, because it's not like what the Bible is saying. Zut the Gemara Vaita, Nafka Mishalei, Amalei Karen Ravai, Tanina Net Ravai. Reb Zeira Mekabul Savia, the Have B'Yoymed Reb Yitzchak Gruber. What's the difference with grapes or something else? Yeah, if there's not also only Mekerem. It's only Mekerem. Yeah, Neta means everything. And Mekerem means only Mekerem. It's big enough commitment. This is the Yisrael from the ganze Zach. Because in the Bible it just says, Istoni Kerem, Istoni Netadavai. That's the one in Brochus. But the Yisrael is, this comes from over here, is Mashpas is Obaida. That's the problem here. And you'll soon see in the Rambam has another famous Rambam here, Yirali. The Rambam says Yirali, even though we have trouble. Okay, Zog the Gemara, B'zira Mekabel the Sevaya, Kloima, Hayakoiba Alila Zekanim. If Yitzchak said, in the name of the Zekanim, Shahoyi b'mei Rabbi Yitzchak Rabba, the grace of Rabbi Yitzchak, Shloi Bichna Mimenu L'chol HaMishnah. It wasn't boicha from him all the Mishnayos that have to do with this topic. Later, Tam HaSeder Shalosh is Sida B'Fkudas Rebbe. So he's asking, what's the Seder? Not what is the din, what is the Seder? And he answered him, the Seder is Kodim Neter Rebbe, Notam Geit Keren Rebbe. But not what is like the Baba Sheit is Toni Azay. Toni Azay is Mashman is the Machloikas. Toni B'Tesefte Perik Hey Keren Rebbe Im Mefarish Hashas Mitnei. Oh, let's see the more weiter. Sag die more weiter. Das haben in der Habe bei Yom der Yitzchak Rubel Loi Bechinen kommen es nein Mitnei. Toni Keren Rebbe mit seinen, what is it Keren Rebbe? Mit seinen Keren Rebbe means that mit seinen Oisoi Bekoi Tzotzois Adome Shehu L'Sho. And the Keren Rebbe means in the vineyard, which is not always. It's only when the Shas is when the vines are applicable in the vineyard. So you mitzayim, you make a sign Adome Shehu L'Sho with pieces of earth, which is L'Sho. What does it mean Shehu L'Sho? It's like the Pnei Moshe, 2 lines in the bottom. Keren Rebbe Fash Asas Pnei Shehu L'Sho. She'eina Ose El Lefi Sho. What does it mean El Lefi Sho? Because it didn't by Keren Rebbe, it's only Atshi Yivde until you make the pigeon. We're talking about something which doesn't last. It's only now, it's here, and tomorrow it's not good anymore. What's say Shal why you take something which is has a more kiyum, earthenware, like a shtick from the ed, which is already something which is not, has to be fresh. Kloime shumiskayim beyoyse achive v'asimin shelchasim be'adoma. This comes from the adoma, and that's something which is longer because that's the longest year. Because we're talking about ola. Ola is also the whole 4th year. All the 4 years, everything is also. Okay, that's the Pnei Moshe. Look the Merafulda. Keren Rebbe mitziyunin oisoi boinin etzloi tzion. That goes to the Mishnah. Go, but we saw it already. So go down to the narrow, the wide lines at the bottom. Man nisnu hech nishnu. Keren Rebbe neter Rebbe. Zukte azoi. Bechante, Dr. Yitzchak. Bechante lei kol masnisin lo shebechinem. Tested all of them. Kadima reish bekin, and then you have the beginning, and then you have the besaisa. Keitze poit neter Rebbe. That's the last Mishnah. So Mekabel Suvi, Mechiach, Umekante L'Azikenim. So he came, Reb Zia, and he was boidig all the Zikenim. Now I use a very strong word, Mekante. Mekante is, he was oppressing them, or pressuring them. Shehoyu b'yoymed Reb Yitzchak. And why was he asking them? The Zikenim who were around in the time of Reb Yitzchak. Agodol, Ashle Evchinu, Nami, Kol HaMishnayis Mimenu. They asked him, why did you say Pshat in all the Mishnayis? So he answered like this. It's only Yosel, L'Sho means until you make the pigeon. There's no pigeon on Ola. Ola is only there by Neter Rebbe, but not by Ola. So that's why you use different Siyunim to tell with these Siyunim, with these signs that you make, that you can tell what are you trying to prevent from. If it's white earth, this is something which is the sky and longer than something from the earth itself. The same thing with lime. That has longer shelf life. If it's cement, it's longer than the piece of the ground. In the Mishnah, each one has a different siman, which is more shelf life is longest. It lasts longer than the other one, depending on what it's trying to prevent you from eating or using. One is longer than the other one. For instance, Keren Rebbe has the short life. It's a vineyard. So the lifespan in the vineyard, the season of the vineyard is very short. All the 4 years is also. The kev is also bano. You don't know shom from Egal Rufa. It's also bano. So that's longer. It's metame also, which other ones don't have. Keren Rebbe is not metame. So the simonim that you use, the articles that you use to make a siman, chasis levana niki siman yoyse me'adama. The chasis is more nikah. Why? Because it's a red color. The sid and the cement nikah yoyse me'chasis levana. That you can see is more noticeable. The Keren Rebbe the short. Shenim shechisura b'kerem zeh shon achas. The Keren Rebbe is only 1 year, but all nimshah b'kerem gimel shonim. All the 3 years the Paris are also until the 4th year. This Anof and the Keva, until the mess in the Sachel, there's no remnants left in the Karka, that's still also because it's pieces of the mess. I'm going to the Rasirilla. Okay, Tony, we didn't see it, I don't think, in the Mishnah, we didn't learn yet. So, let me learn the Rasirilla. Look at Rasirilla, Karen Revai, Tony Yocha, Ba'ach Masechta Karen Revai. The Bedinu, the Masechta, Allah, Havalei Misnai. What's it doing in Ma'aser Sheni? Mishum the boy, the Mishnah, Shesh, Lechoim, B'Shkabesil, Tam, Mishum the Goma, Kodesh, Ma'aser Sheni. That you learn this out from where? From Ma'aser Sheni. And the dinam of Neter Revai is very doime to Ma'aser Sheni. Uboyu Choyme, Uboyu Vidui, Uboyu Pidyon, needs the Beis HaMikdash, it needs the Vidui, Uboyu Pidyon, V'Kassi, Shesh, Leitzura, K'Ma'aser Sheni. Learn out Gzeir Shova. Elo, so that's why it says in Masechta Ma'aser Sheni, it doesn't put it in Masechta Olah. Elo She'im Boy Lav, Elo Asay. This is, you call Peidov Kodesh Hilum Lashem. Why does it say Karen Revai also before Masechta Olah? Dike Pik and who Karen Revai? Agav Tony seeing the Olah, this is Agav, but really Agav, that's a different page. That's later, a different Masechta. What is the Revai? Because seen him in Pasach, Revai, not the Revoi, Revai with a Pasach. Fashtam Masechta Porah. This is not also Mamre Loi Ma'alosh and Revai. Omalem Kachshemati Stam. The Ein Lilafash. I don't really know what's the reason of Revai, not the Revoi. 4th is 4th. Omer ben Azai Aniyah Faris. He says like this. Doctor, you know the reason why is Revai with a passage. Imato Imer Revi Lachayim Ben Minyan. Ukashato Imer Revi Ben Dalit Shonim. Revi means the 4th year. Kalaimer. I would think that not the Revai is only on the 4th year. Shubatz and Revu Dain Ben Dalit Shonim, and that's not true. So because and what do you make the sin? Because it's Adom. Notice in pieces of Agovim, pieces of earth, around the boundary, lo idea shu Karen Revai, because lonim Yisraelim yifrishu mimenu shehu b'loi pidyon. It doesn't belong to you. So when you need to see him, it's not yours. So why do you need to see him for bishlam? Something which is also it's hefke, you can make it see him. A keva doesn't belong to anybody. Keva is of us, but over here we're talking something that belongs to you, belongs to somebody. What do you need to make it see him? So that's what he's explaining over here. Because Adam and Nois and pieces of the government says the Gulim. Not like yesterday. Yesterday we saw the Gemara says that one pshat one man domer, you don't have to worry about the gazlonim because the gazlonim let him do an issa. But here he's saying, according to Rasirilla, that the gazlonim he's saying yifishu menu shu b'loi pidyon. They should be punished from this without making the pidyon. They see they make a separation in the ground, so this they can tell that it is what is Neter Revai. You put white earth around the Olah, totally cheres, that's put around the trees. You cut it up in chunks. It's white, so you can see that there's something over here. It's seeing, it's telling you that there's Olah here. What's the simon for the Olah? Shekavadas, seeing kavadas, and you make a seeing for the kavod. This way, you make a matzeva. Besid, mefash tame, bepeg meruba for the kavod. Simonim the chivu katzomis. It's white, the cement like katzomis. V'tamish le'ilu, v'chletruma v'tahara. There shouldn't be oil on this mess. V'maya v'shoife v'machas asid b'mayim. You put water in the cement. V'shoife svivas hakavod v'tam b'keicha d'nichvitesh. You make it whiter, and that's how you know the simon that is a kavod. Madvan amur b'shvi is kloimer. Amos Abdin and Hakari Loy Vidrachim. When do we make this simon for the people who are walking by? It's only Bishvish, who Shas Hefke, who Beheteim Boylach. This is the member of who? Of Reb Shimon Gamliel. Not everybody holds like Reb Shimon Gamliel. He's the one that says if the guy's at Osha, you don't have to worry about him. Avashashne Shavua, which is not Shvius, so it's not Hefke, Loy Shem Boym Ligzel Yanich. The guy's coming, his stomach doesn't let him steal. We Yerchel Dober Usse. What the Gemara is going to say, Pshat is, La'teyu l'rosh v'yomes, Shtupmun l'rosh, he wants to eat an issa, let him eat the issa v'yomes. I know we'll skip that into Misa. Okay, we're not mechuyev to save Ramoyim. Ramoyim are people who are gazlonim. Ein aleinu achrayis la'atzilam, we don't have to be mad to them, she'yikoshlu, kivin sheboy ligzel, k'disi more. It's a gross aveda, a kim gavinin, let him steal. Meaning let him steal, meaning you don't have to be punished. But Nuyim Anoshim Kshedim, You don't have to make a tziyim for them. Because they say like this, Kol al nilkat, shekvar nilkat. How could you make it on the past? We said Kol al nilkat, Kol al yilkat. In the Mishnah, I mean, Kol al nilkat mizeh muchul al moizeh. That's the past. How could you be poisoned something in the past? You got to be poisoned before. Kol al nilkat, shekvar nilkat. How does it work on the past? The svir l'kamad oma the toisi erev the avagav lesser b'shusay mifiv b'toifis b'yonim. Can I have 6 eggs? We'll see in the Gemara. V'haitsinuim if Shimon Leah come alive, v'achim u'ch b'Gemara. Ma nisnu fake the Gemara karen v'ay neter v'ay. Look at Asherilu. The pliket hanoi b'reish pei kesim bo. This is what we saw the Gemara the other day. The Ma'asav v'kolech the noig ola. One man dama holds whenever there's an isif in ola. Noig revai. There's also noig. There's noig revai. Neter revai. V'kulu peiris ha'ilon di b'oilam. Meaning it's also affiliate in chutzla. It's also the ganze Welt. The Paris Elon, boy, you pitch him Mishana Revias. In the 4th year, you have to be paid. We see in that the Rai, Masova, Need, the Bakul in the Hagaola, Einachanam, it is all in the ganze Welt. Big some safe about this. You have to know, Taka. Today you eat an apple. How do you know the apple's not all? One Weissman. Huh? Chutzos Noig. It's Noig Chutzos. One Weissman. Huh? Was? If I was? Ice is the ice. Okay, well done. Okay, we'll see something.
Like a right Paris don't come from Paris, Ireland, because they're not good.
So you can go bust it right even though it's kua.
Pineapple's a shayla.
Kua?
Pineapple's
Shayla what it is. The pineapple is a shayla if they ate or not.
The sweetest part is the second
Yeah,
year.
it's another shayla. Okay, I'm just touching a couple of things. We'll get to some sort of mitzvah. But let me say you say this. Ma'asav and the bekula nahaga ola. Einachanam it is all in the ganze Welt. Kedusha Zervai and Noig Ela Bekerem. That's the what. You told Keren Ravai, the Kedusha, this is only Noig Bekerem. It's interesting, right? The Kedusha is only Noig Bekerem. And the rest is, you have the Neter Ravai is in the ganze Welt, but still in the Kerem, that's in the whole world. But the Kedusha is only Bekerem. The time of fire shows him, so Keren Ravai, Zik the Rashir, is Noig Bechal Oilam, and man Neter Ravai, not. The time of fire shows him, the Yav Gzeri Shova, and then Mekan, the Torah tells you if you're going to be careful on this mitzvah, Abel is going to give you more tvua. We never know with tvua sakerem, man keren, afkan keren. We command the dorish leim hilulim, dober toyin peshira, toyin chil zayin. Oh, so the Gemara asks, so what's the answer? The bechisa lei komes nice. He went to Rabbi Yitzchak. First he went to Rebbe, then he went to Rabbi Yitzchak. Bechanti v'didakti imoy kol ha-mishnayis k'moshenim tzu. So that's what Rebbe tells Rabbi Yitzchak. Is he says like this: Kadamoi can revive it in Yonu Neter Revai. So we command on Neter Revai. The man that says Neter Revai is learning that what it's also all over, not only in the Kedem. Ela the Ein Chashada the Ovid Rochim Shikoshlu Ela Bichromim. Loyalem it's also Neter Revai also. But where is the issue that you have to make it tziyun? You have to make it tziyun. That's only where Bekedem. Ela Bichromim Shemistagim Kol Agedorim. The fences, they come down, and they take from the payers of the Karen and the Nishlanat, but that's only when you have the vines. The vines are low to the ground, so when you're walking by, it's very easy to schlep out the payers off the vines. However, when you're talking about Neter Revai, these are trees, they're higher, they don't bend down. Oh, no, that's Nishonim. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not reachable. So he's going through, Kai passed through, get a schlep up some of the grapes, and he takes it. Ma'ashenka is high up, he's not going up there to take it. Mekabel Seiche, so now, Matzik Aleim, this is Rabbi Yitzchak, Zira, I'm saying, Zira Mekabel Seiche, the Hava B'yoyim Rabbi Yitzchak Gruber. Rabbi Zira was around during the times of Rabbi Yitzchak. Leibachana comes nice in minay. What does it mean? Matzik alayim. Rabbi Zira is shreit. He's screaming. Why don't you go to Rabbi Yitzchak? You had Rabbi Yitzchak here, and he was what he took from Rabbi, who's Masada the Mishnayos. He went and he was boichin the Mishnayos. He said exactly how it is. Looks like Rabbi made it on the top, and he came into each Mishnah. Tagim Tzakosoi Kabbaliti. You make up the mission, so why don't you ask him? So the Gemara says over here, you make the Simon Lushul Shemachmas Hagashomim Hein Nemuchim Vein Niku Makirim Shabois Shona Yesh Heter You're going to Yivdom. The answer is you be paid in Ruba Fashimonaki Adoma. You make the simon like the earth. Ma Adoma Dika Noimine, Afainamik, Mivka Shari Lasunimine. Bechasib Chayusa, Shu Yosim Mikash, Makaim Yosish, everyone is Lois Kiyum. That's how the simon works. Mafarish the Gemara Meruba, he chases, Ma Chases Shena, no, Mina Shem, Simina Shat. We looked at Rambam. So Rambam says over here in two places. One is the Ma'aser Sheni, Perik Chi, Aloch Aleph, Neter Ravai Hari Kodesh. Neter Ravai is Kodesh. He passes Neter Ravai, not Karen Ravai. Ubeshana Haravias Ye Kol Perov Kodesh Elulum Lashem. Shana Haravias. It's also Neter Ravai. It's all the payers. What's the difference in this than all? This looks like all the no. V'dina lochel lebal b'Yerushalayim k'Ma'aser Sheni, because this the halach is this has to come to Yerushalayim like Ma'aser Sheni. Let's learn our Gzeira Shov. We just learned the Gzeira Shov. Shem Shem Ma'aser Sheni b'Suya. Kach ein Neter Ravai b'Suya. Azov Ma'aser Sheni. V'Neter Ravai huoimev ish es kadoshov. Sheba Neter Ravai lo yeh. The Torah is telling you, don't worry about it. I'm going to add on to your wealth, so you're not going to lose from this mitzvah. She'en loch kodesh, so in Spanish, dina b'Torah lemi hu chutz min Neter Ravai. Torah is mefarish over here by Neter Ravai. This is the Rambam and Ma'aser Sheni. And he puts it in Ma'aser Sheni because we saw, because that's dinim like Ma'aser Sheni. And then Macholos Asuris, the Rambam and Perik Yud Alocha Tezvov, Yirali. Nachama with the Yirali. What's the Yirali? This is a very important halacha, and the Rambam doesn't know. He says Yirali. She'ein din Neter Ravai noi b'chutz la'aretz. It's not noig in chutz la'aretz. Like the Rashba just said, it is noig in chutz la'aretz. Right? All is noig in chutz la'aretz. But Neter Ravai, look, is not noig in chutz la'aretz. Maybe. Elo oichel peiris shana revius beloy pidin klal. Shaloi omru elo ha'olah. Olah is also, but not Neter Ravai. Neter Ravai not. This is the fourth year. The pay is only by Olah. The first 3 years. But kal v'chayme advore ma'asuya. Shu chayeves b'maisus b'shviyis midavayim and chayeves b'Neter Ravai. Just like we see in Suya, which is we know about Suya today, right? Shu chayeves b'maisus b'shviyis midavayim. It's chay b'maisus ol midrabanan. It's not mechuyev b'Neter Ravai because outside Eretz Yisrael, Kamoshi is boy b'ilchel Ma'aser Sheni. Chutz la'aretz like kol shkein shlein. Suya is next door, but this chutz la'aretz is far away. Like kol shkein shlein Neter Ravai noig bo. So that's why the Rambam says just like Suya is not noig. Well, then he says, Neter Ravai is not noig b'chol, that's Yirali. Abba be'etz Yisrael, noig ben b'fnei, Abba is ben shlei b'fnei, b'zman hazeh it's also noig. V'hoyi mixta hagoyim, shekeren Ravai levadoi, poid noise b'chutz la'aretz. By Keren Ravai, b'zman hazeh there is a pigeon, v'achach yemutu b'achila, v'ein ledove zeh ikeh. The mixta hagoyim, he said, that's such kapshat. I'm going to go with the mixta hagoyim. We'll talk about this more later. Okay, I get into talking about it. Shmei Rabba. Warum soll ich hier sein? Aber ich habe gerne kommen mit Schichei. Ja, ich habe mir machen, ich habe so bei Gold mein Körper mir mein. Rabba, mein mein Botschaft, das ist wie Schmei Kitschbiri. Hey, wir gehen raus, wie sie los, wir gehen nach Mose, mit mir haben mit mir mein. Ai so, aber bana mit dem, mit dem Kommandos, mit das den Haus aus. Ja, Leute, ich kann schon mal beginnen, ich habe ich bin sehr wichtig, ich bin schon am Jahr, mit mir mein. Ich habe schon mal kann selber den Gott ist mit mir mein. Ja, schon mal den Gott ist mit mir mein.